One show. Get on one show. One show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. One show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the 901 show live from Memphis, Tennessee. You're going to watch the show tonight with just me and Tim because Sybil is away on the set filming. All right, let me bring in now the heartbeat of the South and my every heartbeat, my son Tim Harrington. Hey Tim.
Hey mom, hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Well, ain't nobody showing up yet, but they better come on in here because we're not gonna be long. When they come in, we're gonna be gone.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I always start the show on time, as close to time as I possibly can,
Right,
as long as I'm not having difficulties. So they know I start on time.
right,
But
right.
see what they thinking is we're gonna be broadcasting all the way to 8 o'clock, but not tonight. Not tonight, because M is not. That's me, Emily Pearls. M is not in the mood
Gotcha.
for broadcasting tonight. But the thing about it is, it's just being here to do the show,
Right,
simply because you could just minister off my name because you have to have a track record. We
right,
have to do the show even when I have to do the show, even if done about a show with me, unless I am sick or unavailable.
right.
And what I like about this new studio is that I can still set a show to run, even if we have to cancel. They'll just have to watch a repeat. You
Oh,
know,
okay. That is nice.
yeah, that's very nice.
Hmm.
So I've told everybody hello. So Tim, what you been up to since the last time I saw you?
Had a whole lot of running around and errands to take care of today, so I looked up and didn't even know what the day went. It was gone. So,
You didn't know what yesterday was because
yeah,
you said I can't get into the studio.
right. I sure did. That's how far off track I was. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I know.
sometimes we get like that dealing with the things we have to deal with and take care of.
Yeah, I know, I know. So what we gotta do right now is we're gonna take our little time and give our partners a spot,
Okay.
and then I understand that you've got a great topic, and we're just gonna talk about a little bit back and forth on that.
All right.
And then, hey, we gotta get out of here tonight. Does that sound like a winner?
Absolutely.
All right, then. Well, they have to watch. They'll just have to watch the replay. All right.
All right.
All right, y'all stay tuned. If you're watching, please share the show. We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Welcome to the Shack 12 Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
All right, then. So we are back, and I just put in for everybody to type where they're watching from. And Mary, even though I know where you're watching from, if you could type it in, I'd like to have a record for our future shows so that everybody can see where everybody is watching from when they do the replay. Yeah, that's going to help us a lot with the show. Because that also would help me to prove to Facebook that my internationals are not being able to get through to Facebook some kind of way. Hey, Ernestine, welcome.
Hey, Ernestine. Hey, Mary.
Thank you guys. You guys are so loyal when I started working, y'all don't be surprised if you get a special gift in the mail from my favorite store online.
Mhm. Right.
Y'all know I'm good for it, right? All right then. Yeah, to reward our loyal fans sometimes.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah, for sure. Do some giveaways, and I'm looking into getting some items to give away. Some companies rather to give away something every show.
Okay.
It may be small things. Now, Mary typed in. Thank you so much, Mary. Mary's from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Kalamazoo in the house.
Yeah, in the house. Yeah. And so I want to be able to give away or at least one giveaway something every show for 2023. Mm, so Tim, like I
Yes.
say, we might not be in here but another 20 minutes because we're gonna
Okay.
end the show early tonight.
Okay.
Go ahead and get us started with your topic. We're gonna chime back and forth with that, okay?
Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Okay, this was an incident that caught my eye, and just stay with me on this story. I'm going to tie some things to it. It said it starts off. The MP said that there were teens prowling in a parking lot in the 1,000 block of Germantown Parkway around 2:30 on January the 6th.
Mm,
MP office, MP officers and members of the Bartlett Police Department Crime Department suppression units surrounded the teens, and the boys took off and ran, according to the police. Now, police soon caught up with them, the boys, and they caught up with the boys and took them into custody. Inside of the stolen car, officers said that they found two handguns, one which was stolen, marijuana, mushrooms, and oxycodone. The
mm,
teens, one 16-year-old and two 17-year-olds, was charged with theft of property between 60,000 and $250,000.
mm, mm, mm.
3 counts of burglary to the motor vehicle, 2 counts of attempted burglary to a motor vehicle, possession of marijuana with the intent to manufacture, deliver, sell, possession of psilocybin with the intent to manufacture, delivery, or sale. Uh, okay, then I got a manufacture, delivery, and sale, possession of prohibited weapon,
Mm.
theft of property between $1,000 and 2,500, evading arrest, 2 counts of possessions of a deadly weapon during the commission of a dangerous felony. Now, what that took my mind back to is that you want to kind of know how career criminals end up being career criminals. Prime example of these young men right now, because the question is more than likely they're going to be charged as adults, given the severity of their crime, the
Mhm.
nature of their crime. And what happens is the youth get themselves, these young men have got themselves caught up to the point that what are you going to do when you have 4 to 5 felonies that are already on your record?
Mhm.
Right? Nobody will hire me, right? So if no one will hire me, then I divert back to the streets, the
Mhm.
gangs, etc., etc. And
Mhm.
by this generation, they have such a false sense of entitlement. They could. Another alternative is them starting their own business. But I said that to say, as parents, you have got to get more involved of what's going on in your house. Because what you don't want to happen is the police waking you up at 6:30 in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, kicking in your doors about something that your teenage children have partaken in, and and that's very dangerous. But we
Mhm.
have to get more vigilant of what's going on with our children. Now, my mom would tell you from the 7th through the 12th grade, I was in sports. I did football, I did track, I did basketball. I also, my friends that I had, they were from the original neighborhood, and she knew who they were. Now, all of them weren't good, but
Mhm.
we had a choice. And I said that to say that these children now are destroying their lives before they can even get started.
Yep.
You know, and you take
Mhm.
a situation like that, and that's how we end up with career criminals in
Mhm.
and out of the justice institution,
Mhm.
in and out of the prisons, back and forth. So yeah, so with all that being said, Mom, what do you think about it? What's your outlook?
It's a crying, ridiculous shame that these parents cannot do a better job with their children because these are not homeless children.
Right.
Uh, these are not. I don't believe that they are adopted children.
No.
So that means that they got some guardians at home
Co-
somewhere
correct.
where they living, and
Right.
because they not living on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And so I fault the parents for the situation that these young children are what they are doing nowadays because it's just ridiculous
Yes.
that these parents, so-called parents, uh, don't do a better job raising their children. Now I could understand that maybe one time they might get caught up with the wrong crowd
Right. A little mischief. Mm-hmm.
and do a little mischief, but nothing severe like this,
Correct.
like what you're talking about. Because uh, I mean, even a dummy know that that's wrong.
Right.
So they're not ignorant at all.
Not at
They
all.
they know the difference between right and wrong, but yet
Mm-hmm.
they are choosing wrong.
Right.
That's coming from the home. That's coming from the home. I don't care what nobody says.
Right. Starts at home.
And I watched this movie today, uh, How They See Us, and it
Right.
was about the Manhattan Five, those
I've
five
seen it. Yeah,
young
I've seen it.
black men that were charged with raping a Caucasian woman and beating her
It's
really bad in Central
Central Park.
Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched they zeroed in on each one of their lives in prison
They did.
or something. And when it turned, let me just tell the ending was that they did not do it, but they were like, oh God, almost 30 years old by the time they got out, some of
Right.
them. And the New York State did settle with them for $41 million for the five of them, but that was not, in my opinion, enough.
No, it wasn't.
It should have been, at least five times that.
I agree.
But one of them did get out, and he was a good kid. He was Hispanic, and his mother was dead, but his father remarried, and the stepmother didn't like him,
Mm.
and she had moved all of her relatives into their house
Okay.
after the mother died. So when he got out, he comes to this strange place that's supposed to be home. His daddy, first of all, meets him outstairs, greets him outside, down at the bottom of the stairs, bottom of the stoop, hugging him, clenching him, patting him on the back, and then takes him upstairs. And when he opens the door, he's like in nuclear shock.
Yeah.
It's like three or four different Hispanic women up in there and about 20 children running
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. I remember.
And then he goes to try to put his one little brown paper sack bag up in his room, and then he opens the door to his room,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like three baby cribs in there.
Yeah. No room.
No room. So he gets out of there, had to deal with trials and tribulations within the prison. Then he gets out of the prison and comes home to trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
And he did about 20 different interviews trying to get jobs, but they were so famous that people knew their names
Yeah.
and nobody would hire them.
Right.
And so then one of them, the one that I'm talking about, the Hispanic one, he did go back to selling drugs, and he got busted and had to do some time. But while he was doing the time for the drug bust,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when they all got exonerated. So he got out. Um, because they realized that the system
Right.
realized that they pushed him back into being a criminal again
Yes.
because he couldn't find a job.
Right.
So some of these kids now and the 901 is beginning to be really dangerous place to
Oh, it
live.
is.
And and it hurts me to see the young generation as most of this crime that's going on.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Paul from Canada.
Hey, Paul.
Paul says, I had a good friend who did 11 years for murder. He was in a bad position. Halfway through his term, got switched to a better place, got out a good man. He killed a guy who sexually molested him when he was 13
Oh,
years later.
yeah.
Years later. Yeah, I understand, Paul. And one of the guys on the Manhattan Five got sexually abused and beat up so many times
Yeah.
while he was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And out of all of them, he was the one that turned out to be an attorney.
Yeah, he did. I remember.
Remember that? Hi,
Yeah.
Sandra. Welcome.
Hey, Sandra.
So, Paul, I have a question up here, and I'm gonna put it on the screen. If y'all will start doing this for me on the show, if y'all don't mind, will y'all type in where you are watching from? Because when I go to the social media forum platforms and say, "Well, my international people are not getting in," I can have them. I can have some proof to show them that, they're not coming in. And was one show recently, that was our Christmas Eve show that my internationals was able to get in because they were telling us where they were from, and that's the reason why I know they could get in if the social media platform would let them in. So
Right.
somebody wasn't on their job or somebody was snowed in because that was the weekend and we had all
Bad
this
weather.
weather. It was
Yeah.
on Friday and it was holidays, Christmas holidays too.
Right.
So apparently they were off work
Mm-hmm.
and the internationals was able to get into the show.
Right.
But yeah, just type that in for me if y'all don't mind. Um, um, who is this? Paul Sanders say.
Yeah.
Paul from Canada say he also took BLW for his actions, also
Yeah.
for HIA actions, also. And
Yeah.
Paul says, I am from Ontario, Canada. I like the way you type that, Paul. I like
Yeah.
the way you type that. He got the little letter,
Yeah.
lowercase letter in front of Ontario and in front of Canada. You go,
Yeah.
Paul. You trying to
Yeah.
be a graphic designer there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know that was a very powerful documentary. Um, you brought back a memory that I was one of the guys. I think he went down just to uh, be down there when his friend was brought in.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Right. And
Uh-huh.
he ended up they put so much pressure on this child, he ended up telling them what they wanted to hear.
Oh, the police and the detectives, they were terrible.
Yeah,
And they even sliced the tape, the interrogation tapes. They took
they
out what they
did.
wanted to take out.
Uh-huh.
And who knows if the originals wherever the original tapes were ever made was still there because they had
Right.
sliced it up so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't no way to trace it back to the original tapes, how they told them what to say.
Right.
And if this guy Rios was the one that did it,
Yeah.
the one that he got the fighting with in the TV room,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't even know it. And at that time, that Rios was the one that actually did the assault.
Yeah, you're right.
Not only that, he had done several. And but then what happened was while Rios was in prison for something else, not even rape,
Right.
something else.
Yeah.
He got saved.
Yes.
He got saved by Jesus Christ.
He did.
And so while he was serving that time, he walked over to the young man, the last one that went with his friend. And the thing about it, what was so bad was that he just went there to be in support of his
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah,
Right.
that's it. Yeah.
Everybody else got out but him. He was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
He was still in there. And the reason why he didn't get out was because he said every time he went up for parole, he went up for parole like 4 or 5 times. And they always asked him this question: are you ready to accept and admit the crime that you did? And blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And he would never say he did it. He would never lie.
Mhm.
He was the only one that did not say that he did it.
Right.
The rest of them said that they did it because the detectives told them a lie that they were going to go home.
Yeah.
And even though they told him that, he still didn't say that, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
But it was a very traumatic movie to watch, series.
Yeah. He was. And yeah, that guy that you were talking about that came up to him years later after he had got saved,
Mhm.
he thought that the guy was confronting him on a negative situation.
Yeah, because he asked him, "Are you trying to convert me or something?"
Right, right. And he came right on out and told him, "Man, I was the one that did it. I know you didn't do that."
No, he didn't tell him.
Oh, he didn't tell him?
He told the DA.
Okay, okay.
Remember, they were sitting in the room, and
You're right.
yeah,
You're absolutely right.
and because when he found out, his mama called him on the
Mhm.
phone at the chaplain's office, and on top of that, his mama got saved because she used to deal drugs out of her house,
Mhm.
but her son was still a good kid. He didn't do that stuff,
Right.
and his brother was do they say, what is the proper terminology? Gay? Do they say gay now? I don't want to be,
Yeah, I LGBTQ and a couple other more letters I can't remember.
but anyway, his brother
Right.
was that way, and his mother put him out of the house when she came home and found the brother dressed in some of her clothes and had changed her name, say her name was Marcel. But these two brothers were still thick.
Mhm.
And somebody murdered his brother Norman out in the street. Norman wasn't locked up, I don't think.
Right.
Never locked up, but somebody murdered him. Paul says he saw a video years back where they took 15th Street kids and put them in a room with hardcore criminals. They scared 14 youth straight. I thought it was still cool. Oh yeah, that was a series that used to come on called Scared Straight. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember. All right, let's take a break, Tim, and see if we can come back with some solutions
Okay.
for this teenage crime in 901. All right.
All right.
Now stick and stay, and please don't go away. We will be back shortly because I've got to get our sponsors in there. All right.
All right.
What am I gonna get? Ooh, cherries. Oh, okay. How about cherry ice cream? With sprinkles? And maybe a baguette. And a French boy. Bonjour. Ooh la la, baby. You know what I need? Bath bombs. Bombs away! Gotta have Takis. Oh, I need balls. Okay, I'm gonna need some glue. Oh, and a new charger. I can never find those things. And I gotta get flowers for mommy. And a little something for me. Can I get a robe?
A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We're introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. That's right, when you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with Threat Protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, Malware Protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat Protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another, creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat Protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat Protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the Threat Protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
So, are you going to Amy's wedding?
I don't have the money.
Yeah, you do. Who are you? I'm you, from the future. And I just got paid.
And I'm Dave. I can get you up to $500 of your future money now.
Up to $500 instantly?
Instantly.
That's amazing.
Oh, who's he?
Oh, this is Paolo. We met at the reception. Hi. Hola. Hello. Paolo. That's me.
Download Dave and get up to $500 instantly. Dave and get up to $500 instantly.
All right, we are back. Okay, so what I want to say is, first of all, we don't have the power to make these solutions to fix this crime. Tim, do you
Yes.
have any suggestions?
Well, one of the first things I would suggest for us, the parents, type in, is my child in a gang? Type in if my child is associated with a gang. Be more vigilant, because one of the biggest mistakes that are being made is that they don't know what to look for. We live in a time where information is at the end of our fingertips. So there's no reason not to know, but you need to know what to look for. Look and listen. Listen to what their terminology is. Are they using words that they haven't been used before? What they call so-called slang. Look out for the colors that they wear. Are they wearing these colors repeatedly? These are just some of the things that that will be listed. But yeah, so that would be my first action right there.
Paul from Canada say throw these kids in boot camp.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
They should put some discipline courses in the schools, and they should be really strict. Discipline, because for the kids that that are not being disciplined at home, they having a discipline class. Every child, every student needs to be made to attend the class. It should not be whether they can elect to attend it or not.
Right.
Every student should be mandated to attend the class, and that's why they should bring in police officers, uh, pastors,
Right.
you know, and just let them talk to these children, because here's the deal: half of these teenage kids, if not all of them, that's doing this crime, they're not being disciplined at home. You can
Oh
guarantee.
no.
I'd bet you $1.25 that, right?
Yeah.
So, but by being mandated to attend a discipline class, when when a child hears what, how it's supposed to be, how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to act, what are the rules, what is your morality, what is your civility, that child might pull away from the wrong crowd
Right.
and might begin to walk in the right path. That's the first thing they need to do in the 901 area, in the school systems.
Yeah.
They talking about critical race theory. Now, critical race theory don't need to be taught. They need disciplinary classes to be taught in
Right.
school.
Right.
And so what they and the other thing is that these people in power, I'm talking about city and county government, they need to put this curfew in place.
Yes. Yes.
That Memphis and Shelby County is the biggest county in Tennessee, in the state of Tennessee, with the 901 area code, and we need a curfew for these
Yeah.
teenagers. Now
Yeah.
their excuse is they don't have the manpower to do it.
Yeah, they
But
do.
see, they can find the manpower to do it,
Yeah.
because that's what the federal government is there to ask for help.
Right.
But see, they so proud and they got so much pride, that these officials, that they don't want to ask for outside help,
Right.
because they think they make them look bad, make them look weak, make them look like they don't know how to run their city, or they don't know how to run their county. You're not running it when
Right.
you got half and a half, if not 75 or 85% of the crime being committed by under 18-year-olds.
Right. Yeah. And also I heard a judge say yesterday, I was watching something dealing with court, and this particular person, this man was put on house arrest. And the judge was saying that most crime occurs from 11 p.m. to 4 p.m. 4 a.m. I'm sorry, from 11 p.m. to
Right.
4 a.m. I had no idea that's when majority of the crime that went down. Also, parents, you are the one who pays the bills in the house. Search your children's room. I don't care what they say about this is my room. No, you're the one that pays the bills. You need to search their room without
That's
them
right.
knowing you're searching their room, so you can be able to see what's up under your roof, because you never know what these children are bringing in right up under your nose if you never check.
Or what they're carrying out, because there's a national story on news this morning in Newport, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
A 6-year-old took a
Yes.
gun to school. Six
Yes.
years old.
Yes.
Shot a teacher
I saw that.
intentionally.
Yeah.
So it was his mother's gun. It was registered to her. Legal. She legally bought it, but apparently she did not have it safely secured.
No.
So that's another thing of negligence of these
Right.
parents, not safely securing these guns.
Right.
I know what their excuse is. Well, if something happened, I'll be so nervous. I can't go through all these steps trying to unlock a gun account, trying to unlock a safe to get my gun. Well, yes, you're gonna have to practice and learn how to do that,
Yeah.
because here's the deal: your children are taking your gun out, committing these crimes,
Yeah.
and bringing it back in the house, and you don't even know that they're taking it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know the thing about it, every child, good or bad, they snoop. They're gonna snoop in your room. I don't care how good you think your child is,
They're gonna
they are
snoop.
going to snoop.
Mhm.
So you an ounce of prevention or worse, a pound of cure. You
Yeah, they
have
can
to.
lock your door. Put a
Yeah.
padlock on your bedroom door. That's where your
Right.
gun is when you leave the house.
Right.
Simple as that, because your child really don't have no business in your bedroom
Right.
anyway.
Right. This is
If,
true.
if you don't want to lock your gun up, if you gonna if keep it in your bedroom, still secure, maybe top shelf closet or something, but you need to put that lock on, put a padlock on the outside of
Yeah.
your bedroom door every time you leave the house.
Yeah.
Padlocks are not that expensive.
Absolutely. And something that small could make a big prevention,
Make a big
because
prevention.
you do not want something to be going on or traumatize your life in that type of event, when you could take just an ounce of prevention. You know.
Hmm. Hmm. And so, it's bad to say, but that the incident, like that 6-year old,
Yeah.
it's going to spread across the country, because here's another thing: the kids don't need to be hearing about all these crimes on the news.
Right.
But, I know they got their phones, but they ain't that on their own. They usually not gonna turn to the news and watch the news.
Correct.
Send them out of the room where you watching the news. All
Hmm.
right. And they sure not gonna read no paper, because they don't like to read anyway. All they want to do
No.
is text. They can't spell, they can't write, they can't
Right.
read.
Hmm.
And this was the problem with the guy that ended up being a lawyer of the Manhattan Five. He kept skipping school all the time, so he didn't know how to read. He could barely write,
Hmm.
and he kept telling them that he don't know what the statement says. He knows that's his signature, but he couldn't read it. The attorney asked him to read the statement in court. If
Right.
you remember that part, and he got upset because he was ashamed that he couldn't read, and he just he just flew off the handle.
Right. And,
And
and and go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, to piggyback off of what you just said. Ignorance of the law is not a defense, parents.
It's
So let,
not.
let me be the first one to tell you, because that's what the judge is going to say to you. Your
Mhm.
ignorance of the law is not a defense. So that's not going to work.
Yeah. But what happened was those detectives scared the living daylights out of those kids, and they even they hit them. They even
They
hit them
did.
and beat them.
They did.
So, and that was in 1989, y'all,
Hmm.
when this happened, and a whole lot of laws have changed since then. But the more things change, the more they stay the same,
Correct.
which means that you need to teach your children about the law. That means you need to tell them that you need your parent, that you're not talking, you need a lawyer. Ask for a lawyer. If they hit you, if they threaten you, when your lawyer and your parent needs to get there, you need to teach your children that when you get there, you want them to tell you exactly what happened, regardless as to what the detectives told them not to say and
Right.
not to tell you.
Right.
All right. You need to teach your children what to do in the event that they are caught up with the wrong crowd.
Right.
And the thing about this was so strange was that these children weren't even with no wrong crowd. These All of these
Yeah.
5 boys were really good boys.
They were.
They
They
were
were.
really good boys. And
Hmm.
what happened was they made a wrong decision and followed this crowd of other people into Central Park, where they was playing the loud boom boxes, just having
Yeah.
people,
Yeah. Just
you
being
know,
kids. Yeah.
just playing music, dancing, you know. But gee,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
It was heartbreaking.
But we have given some suggestions to 901 about what they can do, because the education system can get permission to teach disciplinary classes. They
Right.
can get that permission. That is not in violation of anybody's right. That that should be part of the school curriculum, and
I agree.
not just here in 901.
Yeah. Worldwide.
It should be nationwide.
Yeah. I agree.
Nationwide. well, nationwide, because we don't have no control over other worlds.
Right.
But believe it or not, the Chinese have it, and those kids don't cut up
No, they don't.
at
They don't.
all,
The
at
punishment is
all,
too severe.
at all, right?
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, this has been great. And your closing comments, Tim?
Hey, definitely a good show, good information. Can't wait to do it again. With that, I wish everybody love, peace, and happiness, and be safe out there.
Yeah, me too. I can't type in my comment box, so when I close the show, let them know. Can't type in my comment box again. What's going on?
Right.
So I'll tell y'all good night by typing in my phone. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We love you, Paul from Canada. We love you, Mary and Sandra and Ernestine, because y'all are our top loyal fans.
Yes.
And I got to make my settings too, where y'all can get a badge every time y'all come in. They got something new on Facebook. When you tune in the show after so many times, I can issue y'all. Well, it's gonna automatically issue y'all a badge, but and different kinds of badges. But I don't know what the number is. So, but I'm going in there and make those settings tomorrow because this is something new that they just added for 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go in there and make sure that my it's called offer badges. So I'm gonna make sure my offer badge button is on. Okay.
All right. All right.
All right. That's our time. We love you guys, and we will see y'all Thursday night.
Yeah.
On Pearls Politics.
Pearls Politics.
We got a lot to talk about. It's 2023.
Yes.
And this will be the first week. We won't have a guest on Thursday. She can't make it.
Okay.
Our constitutional scholar can't make it from Idaho, so it'll just be the home team.
All right.
At the bed, bend it out. All right.
All right.
That's our time. We love y'all. Good night.
Good night.
It's the 901 show. 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show.